Hello Kaiju fans, welcome to the Kaiju World Order. I am MM, and today this is our very first Monster of the Week video. Now the Monster of the Week is just a little thing we do on the Kaiju Hugbox Discord server. It's just a simple poll with 3 monster options, and whoever wins gets its own little channel, and I just thought it'd be kind of cool to have a video to go along with them. Gabora, for example, just beat out Raygo and Cybersaur for its crowning of Monster of the Week. And while I have been having some issues with editing these, this isn't going to be as good as I was honestly hoping it would be when it came to the editing. I wanted more video clips and everything, and I honestly don't know what I'm doing yet, completely. But I'm doing what I can with what I got, so here is the very first Monster of the Week, Gabora. Gabora is a Baragon-like monster originating from episode 9 of Super Ai's Ultraman. Now, just like a whole bunch of other monsters, Gabora uses a recycled Baragon costume, which was originally made popular in Ultra Q with Pagos, then got turned into Naranga, then Magular, and then finally Gabora. What's interesting with both Gabora and Pagos is they predate Godzilla's characteristic of tracking down nuclear energy, which really wouldn't be a thing until the 1980s. These two were doing it back in the 60s, so they kind of beat Godzilla out at that. And it's also just neat just to look at this monster here. There's not too many monsters that have these type of armor-plated heads. It has been seen again in Pacific Rim with Raiju, which could very well be a homage to Gabora. But getting into this, Gabora is the original Showa design. It's not, the origin is really up in the air. It's not really given. We just know it came from underground, chased after uranium, threatened a whole bunch of stuff because of the radiation, and was eventually defeated by Ultraman. Just like many other monsters of this era, Gabora can fire a beam from his mouth. It's just like, almost like Baragons, really, in power and everything, the special effects for it, but instead of being red, it's blue. This would be the last time we see Gabora for a long time, until the 1990s when it was brought back for Ultraman Powered. What's interesting about the Ultraman Powered Gabora is that it was also designed by Mahiro Maeda, who would go on to help work on Ultraman and Shin Ultraman and help redesign Gabora again. Now, this Gabora is much more detailed. Its design screams 90s. They're going for the over-designed, dangerous look. They gave him huge mole-like or even grizzly bear-like claws. They changed up the armor plating around its head. They gave him bigger tusks, but all in all, the monster remained the same. It was still an underground monster that came up, was chasing after uranium, and ended up fighting and being defeated by Ultraman. Besides its new design and its new location, obviously being in the United States, the only real difference between this Gabora and the original is that this one did not have any sort of energy beam that it fired from its mouth. And then finally, we get to Shin Gabora from Shin Ultraman, released just a few years ago. This Ultraman, this Gabora was also designed by Mahiro Maeda, and its design was purposefully made to look like Shin Naranga and Shin Pagos, since now we got an actual origin for these monsters after seeing Mephiles, who actually made these monsters as bioweapons in order to pretty much test humanity and further his own agenda. Now, as for powers, Shin Gabora has a lot of new powers compared to the original. He still has the ability to shoot a highly radioactive beam of energy from his mouth. It's a beam that Shin Ultraman's able to pretty much absorb in order to prevent everything from getting irradiated. But additionally, Gabora's armor plates now fully function as a drill. So this allows him to just tunnel through the ground exceptionally fast, making him one of the fastest, if not the fastest, subterranean kaiju in existence. Additionally, now the ridges on its back are able to move independently, almost like tentacles, being able to use them to prop himself up when charging his beam. He can use them to attack his opponent. These limbs, for lack of a better word, are something we've never seen on any type of Ultra Kaiju since. An interesting fact with Shin Gabora is that during filming they had actually taken the newer Naranga suit, attached a cone to its head, and then did the CGI based off of that with motion cap. So in a sense, we did get a Gabora, but we didn't. Now, we have seen Gabora come back here and there. He's made appearances in mangas. Shin Gabora popped up in Shin Ultra Fight. I have not seen that yet. We have not seen the original design of Gabora, though, since the original series, which kind of sucks. We have seen Pagos, we have seen Naranga, we've seen Magular back in the mid-2000s, but the original Gabora has not made his comeback yet. Hopefully he does soon. They do have suits lying around that could easily be turned into Gabora. As I said, they do have Naranga and but they do have Naranga and Pagos, so that is very much a possibility. I hope you found this little video entertaining and informative. Maybe you'll want to go out and actually track down some of the stuff with Gabora in it. I very, very much recommend it. It's a very cool kaiju. And if you want to take part in Monster of the Week in the future, feel free to do so. Just join the Kaiju Hugbox Discord server and just take part in the weekly polls. This week's will have Cretaceous / Grand King Ghidorah, Pedaleon from the Ultraman franchise, and then also Scylla from the Monsterverse. And with all that said, I got a little notice here from Minya for some reason, so I'm just gonna let him take it.
Scylla says you should like and subscribe.